There's a bunch of one-liners. What's the John Cleese quote that's in the front?
So the John Cleese quote in the front, if Google John Cleese creativity on YouTube.
He's in my presentation, actually.
Oh, he's so, it changed. So this quote is, creativity is not a talent, it is a way of operating. And I think what that means is that people think that creativity is a noun, or it's creative is an adjective, or something that the worst is when people use creative as, you know, a noun. Yes. I think is it's
you
just
are
like,
a creative.
You are a creative as opposed to like a photographer.
A non-creative or a...
Yeah, exactly, right? So I think what John Cleese is saying is that creativity is very much a verb.
Absolutely. Creativity
is a way of being, and that everyone can be more creative if they learn the way of operating. And so what I glommed onto that creativity is a way of operating for him, and I thought this is a new way of operating. Like if you go to art school to learn how to paint, they're not going to tell you to be open with your process.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're going to tell you to keep it hidden, that process is just for you, and that the audience doesn't care about process, and that people don't want to know. You're not supposed to talk about your work. And if you do, it's supposed
laughable.
to be... No, and if you do, it's supposed to be a horrible artist statement that's a bunch of bullshit about, you know, a bunch of isms and what this represents, and oh, my work is a representation of this, blah, 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 you know? And it's not... I mean, like, I don't understand why in art schools students aren't taught to talk about their work to regular human beings.
I know.
Regular people.
Kills me. It really, it's one of the most sort of dissatisfying things that I see out there, is that mentality of hoarding and keeping ideas rather than setting them free.
Yeah.
And, you know, ideas are cheap and meaningless without execution. You know?
And it takes so much. I mean, one of the chapters in the book is called Teach What You Know, which, you know...
That's what this is about.
Right. And so one of the things that happens that you learn about teaching is that you don't create instant competition, because so much of what you're teaching... So the example I use in the book is an Austin example. It's over at Franklin Barbecue. Aaron Franklin, barbecue is kind of a...
Franklin.
Yeah. Barbecue
it's
the best barbecue, but barbecue is a notoriously secretive profession.
Yeah.
And people tend to keep their recipes and everything under lock and key. Aaron's on YouTube right now doing a barbecue show. He's telling people how he does it. But the thing is, people can know how he does it. Are they going to sit out there for 22 hours a day and smoke meat?
No.
No, I mean, by the time you see how much work and effort goes into Aaron's barbecue, you'll gladly pay whatever he's paying a pound.
Absolutely. And
you know?
You'll have a different appreciation for it, but you will definitely have learned a few things that you can apply to your own cooking.
That's right.
That's the way I've looked at photography and sharing those sorts of insights since day one. And I think you had this experience as well when Steal Like an Artist came out. People talked a lot of stuff because stealing is bad, of course.
Right.
And the same thing, when I was sharing my process, I was fully vilified for that. It was back in 2005 when it was pre-YouTube.
Right.
And I was completely horrified at how awful people were. Like, you're giving away all the trade secrets, and it's confused me to this day.
Yeah, share your trade secrets. I want everyone to, like, the thing that I'm interested in is we all have access to these cheap tools where we can do our own teaching. Like, I want a plumber who has an Instagram account where he shows you how to fix the aerator on your sink.
Awesome.
You know, and then what happens is he teaches me how to fix little stuff around my house that I should know anyway. And then when I have a big problem, I hire him.